We gotta get going.
Únete a nosotros.
Cool. Yeah, we'll stay and hang around with yous.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
La neta, pendejos.
We suck!
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Honesty is a very rare thing in politics. You don't see it very often. When you do see it, you gotta respect it. Even if you don't like the words being said, you gotta be like, you know what? You, sir, told the truth. And let me bring to your humble observation the truth that was spoken by a Democrat senator from Connecticut. The man on your screen right now is Democrat senator from Connecticut, Chris Murphy. He has kind of the attitude and swagger of a H&R Block accountant with hemorrhoids. He's not a good person, and he's definitely a bad person. But at the very least, he's an honest person in this single interview. Please, listen to what Chris Murphy, the leader of the Democrats in the Senate when it comes to negotiating immigration, has to say about the people that they care the very most about. Ladies and gentlemen, if it feels like the Democrat Party doesn't give a shit about you, Chris Murphy just confirmed it. Have a listen.
The negotiation didn't have a path to citizenship. It was entirely on their terms in order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So right. You are right that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
Whoa. Okay, stop. Words matter. Can I hear that back?
To deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
The people that we, and he's using the royal we there, he's talking about the entire Democrat Party, care about most are undocumented, criminal, illegal aliens that broke into this country, broke our laws as their first act, continue to break our laws by remaining here illegally, and the Democrat Party is viciously, ravenously attempting to make all of them citizens and give them full voting rights. And why is that? Why does the Democrat Party care the very most about criminal aliens? Well, the reason why is because data shows that there are some 30 million criminal illegals in America. This is what all of the think tanks say. 30 million people, huh? Well, how would those people vote if you were to hand them voting rights today? If the Democrat Party was able to give them voting rights along with all of the goodies that come from the state, welfare, Medicaid, Medicare, free health care. Well, polling shows that 9 out of 10 of them, 90%, would vote for Democrats. And so what does that do? Well, the biggest landslide for Republicans, the popular vote for presidency, was 1984, Reagan-Mondale. The gap there was 17 million votes. Well, you're going to add some 30 million Democrats to the voting rolls. That means that you're going to have a Democrat supermajority forever, for the rest of time in America. It means there's no more two-party system. It means there's a single party forever in this place. And that is why Democrat, very powerful ones, like Chris Murphy, straight up say these people and giving them citizenship is our number one priority. It's a pure power play. It's grotesque. It's being rejected by the American people who have sniffed now this out and are going to hopefully pay back the Democrats for their betrayal. But I guess lucky for us, one guy spoke the truth. And also, ladies and gentlemen, a congresswoman from New York, from the Bronx, also spoke the truth, talking about how she needs criminal aliens because she'll lose her seat without them. Check this out.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. We have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. And when I hear colleagues talk about, the doors of the inn being closed, no room in the inn, I'm saying, I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes. And those members could clearly fit here.
So that might work out great for the few handful of Democrats who hold political office in this country. But what about the rest of us? How about Democrats in New York? Presumably 50 Cent is like a Democrat voter. A lot of people are. In his profession, at his level of fame, 50 Cent says Trump's the answer after seeing New York City give prepaid credit cards to criminal aliens. 50 Cent posted on his Instagram, where he has 20 million followers, that Trump is the answer, after noting that New York was going to hand not only free lodging, free food, and welfare checks to criminal aliens, but also prepaid credit cards. And who's paying for those credit cards? This guy right here. Mr. Come from nothing, work hard, my talent, gets me places, and now his money is stolen by Democrats who wish to put them into the pockets of people that aren't even American citizens. ESPN's Stephen Smith rails against $53 million plot. Pilot program for illegals predicts Trump victory. Stephen A. Smith's having a real one. I cannot believe it. Stephen A. Smith, we got poor, starving people who were born and raised in this nation. How the hell do we come up with $53 million pilot program for illegal? This is why Trump is on the verge of being elected. What timeline do we live in? MAGA War Room, this is the official Donald Trump Twitter account, is tweeting out Stephen Smith clips because the guy goes absolutely ham on people like Chris Murphy for saying what they all believe, that illegal criminal aliens are the most important people in the country. This is America last, not America first. Stephen Smith, welcome to America first. Listen to Stephen Smith go off. Tell me if this doesn't sound like a Trump speech. Watch.
So you can pick and choose. What it came down to for me is this. I see homeless folks in the streets of New York all the time that are American citizens. I damn sure see them in California. We've got poor, impoverished, starving people who were born and raised in this nation. How in the hell do we come up with a $53 million pilot program for illegals, but folks who are here legally are born here, we don't have enough of them? Just like we could come up with billions for Ukraine, but somehow, some way, we can't fix the homeless problem. I'm down for helping Israel. I'm down for helping address the situations with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, okay? I'm down for helping the Ukrainians and fighting off Russia. What about poor and desolate citizens here? How the hell do you print money for foreign countries, but you don't print that money to help eradicate folks that are starving right here in the streets of America who were born and raised here? This is what I'm talking about. And so when you have something like that, what's the one way to eradicate it? Yes, you got to have a flourishing economy. Yes, you can't have inflation. Yes, you can't be on the verge of a recession. Milk don't need to cost $7. Bread don't need to cost $5. Don't get me started with how much sugar costs. You can talk about employment all you want to. You can talk about the labor participation rate. But guess what? If you ain't making no damn money and you got to get two jobs to pay the same prices or to buy the same amount of stuff that you used to buy and the price is higher than it used to be because of inflation, then guess what? What are you really accomplishing? That's why Trump is on the verge of getting elected, reelected. Because when he was in office, there was a flourishing economy.
And it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter what headline you read. Biden is losing the youth vote to Trump, the Hispanic vote to Trump. Black and Hispanic voters deserting Democrat Party in large numbers. Donald Trump wipes out Biden's lead with Latino voters. And ladies and gentlemen, after Trump indictments, wave of support for Trump from rappers. Oh no. All you got to do is go to any barbershop and ask what they think about Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. MSNBC did this, I guess to their credit, and you'll hear this.
There are some people in your orbit who are either voting for Donald Trump or considering it?
For sure. A lot of my friends are obviously my age, so we're a little younger. We've only voted once, for a president. And Trump is kind of all we know. And they're kind of Trump and Biden. They're like, well, we were broke with Biden. We weren't with Trump. And that's kind of the only thing that I'm hearing over and over again is that, well, Trump, we had money.
With Trump, we had money. Maybe that's why guys like Snoop Dogg went from making pseudo assassination videos about Donald Trump to saying that he has nothing but love and respect for Trump. It's almost like something has changed. It's almost like the paradigm has changed, including the guy who endorsed Joe Biden, The Rock, complimenting, celebrating Donald Trump. How about that ovation what Trump gets when he walks out to the UFC fans? The fans go big. They go big, no question. Really, we're living in the timeline where The Rock is complimenting Donald Trump. Bliss. I mean, it's amazing. This is what he's talking about right there. It's amazing. If you go down to the street level, ladies and gentlemen, and you ask, you will find the truth. That is precisely what Fox News did in a recent segment, finding that Latino and black voters are just absolutely turning on the Democrat Party. This is why I have a theory that it's moved to containment of Donald Trump after he wins and not stopping him from winning anymore. That's my belief. Doesn't mean we let up the gas, but it does mean that we, well, go full steam ahead.
We're here in Atlanta as well, guys, because it's the new polling coming out when it comes to black and Hispanic support. I want to talk with some folks that know it all too well. Janelle King, as well as the state representative, Stephen Saints. Stephen, as a representative and a minority, and to see Georgia being under attack, whether it was Jim Crow 2.0, removing the All-Star game. Why are black and Hispanics removing themselves from the Democratic Party right now?
I appreciate that, Lawrence. I think black and Hispanic voters, just like every voter, have begun to see the tokenism the Democratic Party is using is just that. It's as valuable as the Bidenomics has made our dollar. There's nothing to it, and we've shown in Georgia, just like you mentioned, what Stacey Abrams called Jim Crow 2.0. We've raised the rate that participation in our elections have come in. So we have grown our party, and we're not going to let those detracting statements come against us.
So, Ms. King, when people think about Atlanta, they think about the modern-day Black Wall Street. You got all the businesses, the culture here. Why would the Biden administration not try to get more programs in to only accelerate that? Instead, they've been passing policies that hurt the people of Atlanta.
I know it's been something that's happened consistently, and this is the chocolate city, is what we call it, because there are a lot of business owners here, a lot of black people that are on different scales, whether it be low income or on the wealthy side of things. But that being said, I think I saw a turning point from the beginning when President Biden came into office and he had that Zoom meeting with the NAACP, and he told them that I've done more for black people than you have. I think that was a turning point, right? And then you fast forward to the reneging on the student loan cancellation. And then you go even further, and now we have the trans movement and how a lot of black fathers have a lot of issues with seeing men in the bathroom with their daughters. And now we have the migrants. So it's just one thing after another. But at this point, to your point, the tokenism is now being shown, and it's being seen that that's what's showing up on the Democrat side, and they're tired.
State Representative, what do you think is going to happen in the next election? Because a lot of people are talking about black male support for Donald Trump. Do you see this huge shift happening?
Just like Janelle mentioned, I do think that this shift is very evident, as well as from African Americans and from Hispanic voters, one of the youngest demographics. The Gallup poll mentioned that there's a huge lead 4 years ago before Biden took office with Hispanic males 18 to 29. That lead has disappeared. It's disappeared just like the opportunities during the Trump administration that we used to have. And I think every minority group and every voter of any background sees that those opportunities were given to us during a Trump administration and were taken away during the last 4 years.
It's all about the money. Thank y'all so much for joining me.